Hello everyone, and welcome back to another Pokemon card live stream. This is normally my day off. I don't always stream on Wednesdays. Today in particular, the desk is especially messy, and I think I'd like to clean it up. The other thing I'd like to do, before I get back to work on my main channel, I'd like to go ahead and get some pricings on my personal collection cards I'm not selling, because I want to get a rough estimate on how they're shifting over time in price. This helps me understand, you know, is it worth buying particular cards from one set over another set? Should I be buying cards at all? Maybe I should be buying stocks, right? So that's really a topic of interest of mine, and is one of the main reasons I put so much money into the cards. So I should get some prices on all the cards, and I wonder if I should actually create sort of a spreadsheet and maybe some sort of data report. But I'll do it the old-fashioned way, the way I've been doing it so far. I've been just putting the price on the back of the card so I can show it off in the live streams. But yeah, I should probably create some sort of Excel sheet that tracks the change in the price of the cards so I can compare it maybe to like stocks or something like that. Okay. How's it going, everyone? It's funny. I started the stream out with that little introduction, and most of you didn't see it. There's only 15 people in the stream so far. Tomorrow is the new festival. Sounds good, RV. I'll move these off the table. Give me a moment. TCC, did you see the card I sent you? I did. I thought I responded too. Did I not respond? I'm sorry, I get so many messages. I probably saw it and then I imagined responding to it. So I hosted a live stream on TikTok where I only got a few viewers. And I opened a whole booster box of Cosmic Eclipse. Here are my polls. You guys missed that. So Galio Lunala, we got Mimikyu, Arceus Dialga Palkia, Charizard Brixen, Alolan Persian. The Lily's Pokédoll really isn't valuable enough. Let's put it over here. Take this penny sleeve back. One of my full arts was the Mega Lopunny Jigglypuff. We got Coughing. The other full art was Red and Blue, Excadrill, and Steelix. So I actually did not get a secret rare in my box. I guess that's just how it is. I don't know what to say. This one needs to be sent off to PSA, though. This one's real nice. I don't know about the Mega Lopunny Jigglypuff. I probably should. But this one, definitely. Red and Blue. It's a cool card. Alright, put this over here. Mega Lopunny Jigglypuff. Let's just make sure it's a 10. Yeah, it looks like it's probably a 10. Alright, we'll send this off. Somebody's probably a Mega Lopunny fan. I don't know who. Jigglypuff at least is cute. I can't see this card doing really well, though. I don't know how many Jigglypuff fans there are out there. Alright. So, as I was saying when I started the stream, some of you guys just arrived, I'm going to clean up the table. The table is very full right now from last time. And then I'm going to be pricing some of my personal cards, the ones probably that are most valuable. I want to price them and get an idea of their population. And then I want to be able to understand from month to month how they change in value. TikTok on the clock, but the party don't stop. What? So what else do we have here? Steelix, Coughing, Persian. This one's actually probably pretty good for grading. This one too. So Galio Lunala, I'll put the rest of these up. Let's take a quick look at these. Right now there's too much stuff on my table. What happened to this being my day off? Well, this is kind of what I've decided to do with my off time. Alright, so this is off center. How about this one? Tell me this one's not off center too. I don't know, it looks okay. It's a little thick on the bottom, actually. God damn it. It's a little thicker on the bottom than the top. Maybe I should go for it anyways. I guess if it gets a 9, I'll just try to dump it for very cheap. Try to get a little bit of my money back from the cost of the grading itself. Yeah, Guessy Who says a little bit thicker. Okay, so I got a ton of bulk, and I'd like to start converting that over into half boxes, booster boxes. Maybe I should get a different container for all these common cards. Oh, I gotta sneeze. Sir, Mike. And there we go. Huh. There's a button you can click to mute the mic, but you have to click it twice. David says, I read from a source that we're getting Kulve, Nami, and layered weapons tomorrow, and PC console also gets synced. Oh, nice. That sounds cool. Sounds like another 12-hour stream. What do you guys think? Got those big stream times coming in. I'm experimenting with different forms of content creation. We did the 24-hour stream, and what surprised me was that we actually maintained a pretty large audience throughout it. And I was like, maybe we'll just see where it goes. So I'm trying new content types. I really wish I could get maybe like a sponsor for the live stream, because then I could really actually stream for probably like 8 hours a day. I like live streaming. I think I'm pretty comfortable with it, talking all day. You got to be kind of a person who likes to talk a lot. Do you want me to put the link here or send it to you on Discord? Oh, you can send it to me on Discord. I can't really do anything with anything you post in here. Justin says, tempted to buy a lotto ticket. You certainly can. What's in the lotto is the coronavirus dark Golbat with my signature on the back. Coronavirus. So it's got my signature. And the actual value of the card itself is $285 anyway. It's a very valuable card. Coronavirus. Right. I got a lot of these to make. Metalex says, get Monster to sponsor it. I know, right? I wish they would. I should look up an energy drink company smaller than Monster who actually does want to sponsor. Whose lame-ass Blastoise is that? You don't like the Blastoise, really? Here's a cool card, man. What Pokemon do you like again? I can't remember. You like Torchic? Do you like other Pokemon? I think it's funny that you go after the Pokemon girls, but then I realized, wow, there's actually a lot of girl cards, and I realized, I think Nintendo actually does that on purpose. There's two Lottos going. Mega Sableye Tyranitar and Dark Golbat. Those are the two Lottos. You have much better odds than the Mega Sableye Lotto. The Dark Golbat Lotto is much larger. Jesus, like... Buying Pokemon cards, but I'm shy. My Burning Shadows ETBs were trash. Feels bad. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. So many cards. All this bulk gonna go into that huge pile. My wife and I went on a nice little walk today, and we walked through a nice neighborhood, kind of hidden away, and it made us so jealous, man. Some people really live nice lives. We both came from poor families. Her family was real poor. My family was real poor. So seeing all that wealth, it just hurts. We're like getting older. We've never experienced anything like that. We've never had a nice home. Always had to worry about money. It's kind of crazy to look at it and be like, some people just have a nice large yard and a 3-story home, and they don't worry about tornadoes wiping them out. They got a basement. They got the grill in the backyard. Man, every day is a struggle. Snorlax is a lover, not a fighter. Jeez. There we go. David says, send it to you now. Thanks, David. I'll take a look at it. Move this over here. I had a guy contact me on Discord earlier today. He wants to do some editing. I told him, hey, you come up with an idea on a video you want to make, I'll let you make it and post it to my channel. You can have all the money from it. So we'll see what comes out of that. He might work on a 10 things you didn't know about the insect clay video. Oh, snap.
1 ticket for Sableye.
1 ticket for Mega Sableye Tyranitar. Sounds good, man. That's Vanillux. Here's Sudowoodo. You know, it was still frustrating. I have many of the same, like, okay, let's try to think about wealth and issues like this on a deeper level. I've had all those thoughts. Put my fedora on, be like, yes, but did you consider this? Life is very short. You know, I've done all that. It's just frustrating. There we go. And we'll move it over here. That was from Justin. All right, Justin. Did Ari send 2 tickets to the Big Lotto again? It says 22 minutes, Ari. Oh, weird. All right, so for the Mega Sableye Tyranitar, it's actually almost done. Here's what's left on the tickets. You just got one of them. That leaves 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So there's a total of 8 left for the Mega Sableye. Oh, Ari said he did. Okay, cool. I missed that. Be sure if you do that to let me know. Like, contact me on Discord or something. I'll make sure I know about it. So this is going to be Justin G. Oh, okay. Maybe you contacted me. Oh, okay. I missed it. Good night, David. Wash your hands. There we go. That's going into Lotto 1. Boop. Now for the Big Lotto. The Big Lotto, we have...
Put me in for the Gable Eye.
Gable Eye. This is for Ari. Ari, share some of that luck with me, man. You just picked up like a valuable card collection for like 35 bucks. That's pretty unheard of. All right, you're in. Now this time there's going to be a lot of tickets because it's a $285 card. All right. Cheese wants to be in the Mega Sableye Lotto. So that means there's 3 tickets left for the Mega Sableye Tyranitar Lotto. And then we start a new one. Okay, so this is for Cheese. My wife and I walked some people through the house that we're trying to sell for her parents, but they didn't seem too interested. We got to sell that house because we're the ones paying the mortgage on it right now. Oops. I thought about moving into it even, selling this condo instead, but we don't want to be stuck in her parents' home, her parents' old home. How's it going, Tomato Head? One, 2, 3. Oops. Did you get me in the big new Lotto after I missed the last one? Oh, thank you, Strato. Strato, I remember the stream ending and thinking, wait a second, I forgot to put Strato in. How many tickets did you buy, Strato? Could you remind me? I can't remember what the number was. A condo is like an apartment building. It'll be like 4, almost like large hotel rooms, and they're all crammed together. They're very cheap, and you own it. You don't rent on it, you actually own it. Okay, so these are going into Lotto 1. Strato says he bought 1 ticket for the Big Lotto. There we go. So there's 3 tickets left for Mega Sableye Tyranitar. That one's very close. I'm going to get back to cleaning up my table. Whew. Sagar says, you strike me as someone who plays RuneScape. I played it when I was younger. Back in the 90s when RuneScape came out, it was a really mind-blowing experience. Nobody really played an online game before. It's like, whoa, this game's online? There were all these people on it. You could see them. You could see them doing things, making actions, talking. It was a new experience. It was a new innovation in video games. Yep, Jagex, made by a British guy with like his brother in a garage. Really impressive. Everyone talked about it back then. It was kind of like Pokemon cards. RuneScape was such a large impact. Oops. I don't know if anyone... Nah, I was going to say, I don't know if anyone would want these bulk cards, but I don't understand what you would do with bulk cards. Maybe burn them? Did you combine my pills with my growlets? Oh, your pulls with your growlet. What do you mean your pulls? Oh, were you on the table previously? Like, did you already have some pulls? What'll happen, Justin, is when I go to ship, I take everyone's bag, I match names up, so I'll get all your stuff out together. Shipping doesn't occur until Friday. I think today's Thursday. Is tomorrow Friday? I think tomorrow's Friday. Can't remember. Yes, that's correct, Sagar. The bulk shipping is ridiculous. I wonder how much it... Ooh.
Mega Lotto.
What? Metalax says Mega Lotto. Sounds good, Metalax. Give me a moment. Oh, what fell? Oh, okay. It's kind of annoying, but that's okay. Thought my laptop fell for a second there for some reason. My laptop, I think, is breaking. Luckily, I have that one. Somebody donated me. His name was, oh, I can't remember his name. It was Gold. His name was Gold something. I should look it back up and thank him again. He donated a laptop to me. I haven't set it up because my old one's still technically running. But I think is about dead, so it's almost time to make that transition. Oh, Mega Sableye Lotto. My bad. You said Mega Lotto, and I immediately thought Mega as in big. Put these back into the big Lotto. Here we go. All right, so we're going to go ahead and send off Lotto 1. That's it. Good luck, everyone. Power bottom. Oh, God. All right, let's see who wins. I can't believe Ari won the 3 big lottos. That's that kind of luck probably does not happen very often. It's pretty crazy. He picked up quite a few cards from that. Quite a few. What I mean by that is he picked up quite a bit of value from that. Okay. So here's the box for Lotto 1. Not that many cards, actually. See? That doesn't belong there. Yeah, you know, this is an entire Lotto. You can see that the odds are really not that bad. They're all folded in half, of course, right? So it looks like a thick pile, but all the bendy The bendiness of it makes it seem like more than it is. Quite small, actually. That's what your girlfriend says about you peeing. There we go. Yeah, check that out. That's the whole Lotto there. Pretty crazy, right? Not much to it. If you unfolded these, it wouldn't be that big of a pile. It'd be a pretty small pile. A big Lotto is going to be much larger than that. Look at that. Whew. So that one will take a while. Maybe it'll take a week. Who knows? That's the coronavirus dark gold bat there, though. Maybe I should date it as well. 2020. 2020 will be remembered, that year that we figured out about, oops, viruses. A lot of people died to a virus. All right, let me put this here. I heard 770 something people died. It was like 778 people died in New York. Jesus. I heard also, though, that people are not dying of like car accidents. Oh, look how nice this is. It never looks this nice. Isn't that cool? It's because I folded them all up and everything. All right. Let me back my chair up. Back it up. There can only be one. Hey, let's have that be the winner. And we'll take this one as the second chance card. I'll just drop all these off into the trash pile. Cheese says, scam! Oh, God damn it. Oh man, that handle bear not knock the camera over. Probably won't win, but one can dream. You know, Justin, it's a game of luck. It's kind of, you're right, it's just odds. Some people like games of luck. If you guys can think of a game of skill that we could play together, I would host that too. A game of skill that rewards you Pokemon cards, that'd be neat. Okay. And just like that, Justin's the winner. Okay, so this is the free card that goes back in. We call it the second chance card. Let's see who got it. It's going to Cheese. So Cheese, you seem to be the second chance winner a lot. Did you notice that, Cheese? Sagar says maybe something like trivia. Oh, okay. Yeah, if you guys come up with the cool game to play in the live stream that involves more skill, it doesn't have to be a lot of skill, but if it involves more skill, that'd be fun. All right, and now for the winner. Has anyone won with the second chance yet? Yes, Mary Alice actually won second chance. She won it. I can't remember. It was a really nice card too. Who was this? Oh, and the winner is Spyco. Spyco has never won before, so this is new for him. Spyco, I don't even know, how do I contact this guy? Hopefully he comes back. Somebody in the Discord tell him that he won. Shoot, I don't even know if is he here right now? Rigged! Whoa, the ink on this Sharpie marker is doing really well. Another TCC account. Oh my god, you guys are too much. There we go. Hacks. I don't even know what you guys are talking about. Chosen by the drum itself. Chosen by the drum itself. Redraw. That's a weird way to write Strato. I remember him buying this ticket. He was definitely new to the channel. I don't think he's watching right now. He has no clue that he just won. Let's see what his booster packs got him. So he gets the Mega Sableye Tyranitar. He gets this free grading. But he also gets these Guardian Rising booster packs. Let's see if they're any good. You never know. Alright, here we go. Wow, Lotto 1 lasted a while. People have been targeting the big Lotto this whole time. Second chance curse roll for cheese? Do you want a second? We can create curse roll number 2. You guys want to do that? But the drum was chosen by TCC. Oh, Guessy Who's onto my game. Guessy Who's figured it out. Clefairy, Rockruff, Barboach, Fletchling, Machoke, and Victory Bell. Next pack. We've got Clutchinder, Graveler, Soon, Stuffle, Sandshrew, Cottony, Bellsprout, Glideguard, Tentacool, and Sylveon. That's actually a really good one. Nice. Oh, wow. It looks gradable, too. Really cool. Okay. Next pack. Let's see. That one's definitely worth grading. People love Sylveon, and that is an older Sylveon already. Guardians Rising was like 2018 or something, or 2017. When we fall asleep, where do we go? I go to bed. Alexander says, I want Lucky Lotto. Oh, you got the Lucky Roll. I need to give it to you. I forgot about that. Yeah, so I need to go into the Discord, give you the roll. Oh, he got 2. He got Drampa. Drampa, get out of here, Drampa. I ordered more penny sleeves, by the way. It only cost me $100. Sad. So he got 2 GXs. Not bad. Geodude, Patrat, Litwick, Pancham, Snorunt, Weepinbell, Swellow. Move that over there. Okay, sweet. Now, we were going to do Gengar, but however, the problem was there's no more Gengar available to buy on eBay, so I feel that I would like to hold on to my Gengar for now. We should get rid of circles. They are pointless. That's true. That is true. God, I love this card. He's not here. I'm going to recommend he sends off the Sylveon. I'm going to add him to the requests. So, he's not here, but if he was, I'd tell him to send this off. I'll go ahead and add him to the grading requests. People are actually forgetting to use their free grading because I think they hold it thinking they're going to get a better card, but then they don't, and then they forget to use it. So I'm trying to help him out here. So if he changes his mind, we can do a different card if he changes his mind. Okay. It's going to be down here. We're going to add Spyco. That would be Guardians Rising, Sylveon GX paid. Sweet. Okay. And now we're going to put the rest of this in his bag. Congratulations to Spyco. What I'll go ahead and do at this point then, I'll get a new Lotto started for Lotto 1. Zaya says, what's your rarest card? Believe it or not, I don't think it's the Dark Magneton anymore. I think my rarest card is the Sabrina's Gengar. So these two are my rarest cards. With the Dark Magneton, there's only a population of 47 of them in the world. With the Gengar, there's a population of 63. However, what's interesting is the Sabrina's Gengar should definitely be much higher demand. Meaning, this card, Gengar, it doesn't just look good, but Gengar's way more popular than Magneton. Magneton is typically not that popular. He's like, some people like him, but he's more niche. Like, I'm actually a fan of Magneton. But Gengar's like one of the most popular Pokemon in the series. So, yeah. I was lucky enough to pick up the Gengar for just $2,000. There was no other Gengars for sale in the market, and the seller probably didn't understand how rare of a card they were holding on to. I think the real value of the Gengar should be about 8,000. I can tell you, I will probably never sell this, and I'd be surprised if the other 63 people who own one sell it, but I guess they do occasionally. If there's one that comes onto the market for $2,000 to $4,000, I will buy it like that. I will definitely buy all Sabrina's Gengars. Dark Magneton, he seems about right, about 4,000. He seems about right at 4,000. I don't think he's quite as popular. He's hard to... So he keeps people from finishing their Rocket collection. That's the problem. People who want to finish their Rocket collection need this card, and there only 47 people have a complete Rocket collection because he's so rare. So, you know, people probably replace him with the PSA 9 Dark Magneton. But yeah, huge fan of both these cards, by the way. How cool. It's nice when things work out that way. When are you going to have more jungles so I can shred Bellsprouts? That's a great question. Maybe I should buy a booster box for us to open on this channel together. I've been thinking about it. Oops, hold on. Let me put this Dark Magneton. Anyways, I hope that helped. Right, we're picking a new card for the Lotto 1. Let's see. I will show you guys what I have, and you can tell me what you'd like to see. What you'd like to have me add. Cheese is like, Gym Heroes 2 open when? I certainly could. I guess if we sold off the Gym 2, I could use the money to buy a different vintage box. So it's definitely a temptation. All right. So for Lotto 1, there's a number of cards we can do. Here's Pikachu Zekrom, PSA 9. Here's Vintage Nidoking, PSA 8. Here's PSA 10 Lycanroc from the Hidden Fates set, if you're trying to work on a Hidden Fates collection. Here's another Mega Sableye Tyranitar. He's going to get moved into my private collection now. I don't know how many more of these I have. He's just going to sit in my private collection until I have more. Here's an Umbreon. Umbreon's going into my private collection too. Actually, okay, so what's going on here is a combination of the ones I want to hold and the ones I'm open to selling. He's a hold. All right, Electrode. So this is the same Electrode Cheeses won twice. Here is a Muck and a Lowen Muck. It's actually pretty cool. We haven't seen this one before. This is Magikarp Wailord. I'm going to hold on to him as well. Here's Whimsicott. I do want to hold on to a Lapras, so I'm going to put one Lapras over there. But we could do a Lapras. Here's a Pikachu Zekrom. I have two of these. Here is a Guzzlord 10 that looks fantastic. Love that card. Here is a Unified Minds Dragonite. And here is a Elite Trainer Box Moltres Zapdos Articuno. So those are the cards we have. Justin says Electrode. What would you guys like to do? Yeah, that's the Dragonite you've traded to me before, Cheese. The Dragonite, Guzzlord, Lapras, Whimsicott, Muck, Lycanroc, Nidoking, Pikachu Zekrom. James says the big Lotto already over. I think what we'll do, guys, what if we did it this way? What if we did not actually choose them? What if they were just shuffled and we just went down the pile? You guys want to do it that way? Do Electrode so I can win again. Let's just go down the pile. We're actually going to start with Pikachu Zekrom, which I have two of. And it might be a very small Lotto. I'm going to do a little research on him and find out what he's worth roughly. Pikachu I can't say his name. Pikachu Zekrom. There we go. Sorry, I'm a little tired. I'm running off of about 3 hours of sleep. Pikachu Zekrom. Okay, so the cheapest Pikachu Zekrom is $50. That's 10 tickets. I think we're going to change the name of this to the Small Lotto as well, by the way. It's not going to be called Lotto 1 anymore. It's going to be called the Small Lotto. There it is, Pikachu Zekrom. And for fun, I'll include a booster pack. So we're going to do Pikachu Zekrom and Shining Legends. And let's grab this. This is going to be the Small Lotto. Small Lotto, Big Lotto. Cheese says, I should send you my Flareon no symbol back for some packs. Cheese, I would actually accept that. I would actually accept that. We can discuss price on the booster packs. Probably get you a very fair price for that card. Let's see. Small Lotto. Actually, Lotto 1, Lotto 2 is very easy, isn't it? So we're going to call this Lotto... We are going to call it Lotto 1 still.
Baby Lotto.
Okay, so there we go. So Lotto 1 is Pikachu's Zekrom in a booster pack. Lotto 2 is the Dark Golbat First Edition Holo PSA 10 from a long time ago. There we go.
Small Lotto.
Small Lotto. One moment. Oh, Strato and Justin went in the Baby Lotto. We'll just call it Lotto 1. It's easy. But it will be officially the Small Lotto. We'll use the Small Lotto to give out, like, less expensive PSA cards. And the Big Lotto will be expensive PSA cards. Maybe like a difference of breaking 100. You know what I mean? Yeah, I think the Small Lotto will be a value up to 125, and the Large Lotto will go over that. Do you have a Dark Charizard card? Yes, I do. I used to have 3 of them, but I sold them. And you know, I really shouldn't have. Back then, I sold them for about $1,000 each. And now Dark Charizards are going for like $2,000, $1,600, $2,000. So imagine that. I should have just held them. Silly me. Well, and here I am doing a Dark Golbat. I should probably just hold him, but I do it for fun, you know. It's for the channel. Is there a limit for Small Lotto? Small Lotto is still going to be 5 energy cards. That's a limit of 5. Just remember, even if you buy 5, you still have a chance to lose, and that means you lose all 5 of the cards that you, all 5 of the tickets that you purchased. So these are going to be my personal modern collection for now. Oh man, I really just care about this one, the Gengar Mimikyu. Huge fan of Gengar. So is Sora. I haven't heard from Sora in a while. I wonder how he's doing. Oops, move these over here. I'm gonna have to get more grading sleeves. What do I have here? Ooh. Look at those energy cards. Those are amazing. We got these Shuckles too. You know, maybe I should just have one Shuckle. I don't really need to have all the Shuckles in the world. I thought about actually collecting every single one of these that ever gets graded to keep them rare. I even thought about then destroying all of them except for one so that the Shuckle card would actually be quite valuable. I don't know. Maybe I'll keep thinking about that. I'll keep thinking about that. Buy them all up and then destroy them all. I don't know. It sounds very expensive. And yeah, it is expensive. It would be a big waste of money. I'd be artificially creating rarity. Metal Energy Secret. Burning Shadow Secret. I'd be the Shuckle King, would I? Let me see if there's one on the... Let me see if there's a Shuckle on the market. It'd be one of those don't tell my wife kind of things, you know? Alright, honey, I'm throwing away $6,000 of Shuckles. Yeah, there's one on the market right now. Huh. I'm not going to buy it. No, that would be crazy. I'm not going to be crazy. No, I'll just have one. He's not that popular of a Pokemon. She says, give me Shuckle Juice. Yeah, I'm happy. I'll just have the one. I'll probably trade the rest out. Okay. So we did Lotto 1. We have a winner. Lotto 1 is now reset to be a PSA 9 Pikachu Zekrom. It's a really lovely looking card. And I'm ready to keep cleaning up my table. Let's start with these energy cards. These are such a nuisance. What type of Pokemon is my favorite? What do you mean by type? You mean like Psychic, Dark type? I think I mentioned earlier I'm a big fan of Poison, but I'm a fan of like Pokemon that Team Rocket used, bad guy Pokemon. My favorite like powerful Pokemon or you know near legendary type is definitely Tyranitar. Shackle type. All right, look at all those energies. That's going in the trash. I just threw them away. Let's see, what am I looking for next? Oh, grab one of these boxes.
Small Lotto, you stud muffin because I ain't no holla back girl.
I ain't no holla back girl. I ain't no holla back girl. Oh my god, Cheese. Cheese grew up in the 90s. 4, 5. Woo! Do do ba do ba doopy do do ba doop ba doo ba doo 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 doo. Ain't no holla back girl. Man, that's an old song now. It was so corny back then. But it's like music just continued to become cheesier and cheesier. What do you guys think of modern music? I think modern music's really bad. Actually, I heard 9 Inch Nails has released 2 new Ghost albums. I still need to listen to them. I'm very much anticipating the quality of those songs. Really like his work. Few times I've been around that block. So it's just not going to happen like that. Tomato Head says, imagine going to throw something away and seeing a whole pack of energy cards in the trash. I know, right? Well, I mean, you guys, my trash pile is a lot more advanced than that. You know, I've been throwing out whole boxes of the giant boxes of this shit gets thrown away in my dumpster outside, and it just doesn't matter. I've got so much of it. I can't seem to get rid of it fast enough. Has PSA destroyed or ruined any cards you sent in to be graded? So far, there was one Reshiram Charizard that got sent back, and it seemed like they might have damaged it, but now I'm questioning if maybe it was a manufacturing mistake and I simply didn't realize it. It was a Charizard Reshiram. Horizon says, can I jump in it? Yeah, if you want cuts and scratches. Bro, put some boxes down on the floor and throw all trash into them or something. Yeah, I mean, you should have seen the trash pile a month ago when I was having fun with it and pretending to be a hoarder. It was so deep and thick that you could hide a Jewish family from the Nazis in there. It was really shocking. And then I filled up our community dumpster at the condo all the way to the brim. And then I did that a second time. And now the trash pile is what it is you see today. There we go. And finally, it looks like we're running out of tape. Oh, the little things, guys. The little things. I gotta buy more tape. Ridiculous. Okay, back to this. That's nuts. Back to you, Almond. Another 12-hour stream on my main channel after this, guys. What do you think? I feel like I work harder on that channel than I do in the past, and I make less money, and that's because of the coronavirus. All the ad revenue dried up. Is that what it takes to be a Pokemon card collector? Well, I think at this point you could say I'm a bit more than a collector. I feel a little bit like a mobile online card store. That's what I feel like. I feel like a card store where I'm a host from a popular YouTube channel. I'm the Monster Hunter channel, and so I'm a host and I open your cards for you and everyone gets to see, and there's a bit of a community. I'm thinking of having like a community collection that I could host from over here that you guys can donate to, and it's not mine, and I'm not allowed to sell cards from it. But just like a community collection, and maybe we'll call it like my wife's collection or something, but it won't actually belong to her. And it'll just exist, and I'll never be allowed to sell it. Like I'll agree to never sell it. Give you guys something to work on. Or maybe what we can do, it can be like a community collection, and then we keep track of who the donations belong to, so that if you ever want the cards back, I can ship them out to you. Something like that. That would probably be smarter. Because somebody eventually would need to claim the cards, especially if they were like stolen or something like that. Last time I had James, he was in a giant peach. I'm at a peach. We're going to impeach him. Donald Trump's in a huge peach. In the future, TCC will buy a store and sell Pokemon cards. Right now, what I need to do is apply for a small business title. You guys have no idea. I'm going to get taxed like crazy. Right now, the IRS is going to see all of your purchases as mere donations. So they're going to tax the entirety of the purchase rather than the, let's say, the net profit of the purchase. So if I sold you one of my PSA cards for $1,000 and I made $20 profit because I paid $980, the IRS charges me taxes on the whole $1,000 rather than the $20 of profit. Really bad. So that's kind of a big situation for me right now. Set to lose a lot of money here. However, interestingly, coronavirus has bought me a little more time. Don't really know how it's all going to go down. Probably start working on the accounting soon, actually. I should hire a tax lawyer to help me understand exactly what to do at this point. But you know, it's going to cost me so much money just to hire the tax lawyer. And I don't have a lot of money. My wife and I just trying to help her parents right now. Gosh, man, it's tough having parents that need help. It really is. I was talking about how we were going through a nice walk in a nice neighborhood, and we were looking at them and just thinking, what if we just had rich parents, you know? Instead of them needing $35,000 of help, they can just turn around and help us, the young people. Wouldn't that be nice? And I feel like it's analogous to the world as a whole right now. You got a lot of old people in the world, in every country, saying, hey, pay for our health care, pay for our, retirement, pay for this, pay for that. And you got a lot of young people who are trying to just have enough money to consider having children and living the same quality of life that their parents got to live. But everything's so expensive now. Healthcare is expensive, education's expensive, houses are expensive, jobs don't pay. It depends on what field you go in, but many jobs are getting gotten rid of by technology. My wife and I, we're going to be okay with our science degrees. But we think of our situation and we're like, man, we're in a tough financial situation and the economy is not so great. Odin Paul says, am I recovered from my 24-hour stream? I am indeed. Thanks for asking. But yeah, so we just think about ourselves and go, okay, well, we'll probably make it a couple years. Everything will straighten out, hopefully. But we think about people who maybe are in a more turbulent situation. Maybe they had less luck than we did. We think about people who maybe went into a field that isn't quite as lucrative as ours. Maybe it's under threat of actually being replaced by technology, like a truck driver or something like that. And we just go, man, what's going to happen to these people? It's already so tough to be wealthy at this point. To have a middle class, upper middle class life is so tough. They're just going to be considered poor from now on. That's what's going to happen. They're just going to be in the lower class. And nobody really aspires to be poor. Well, I assume nobody aspires to be poor. Have you seen the change in price for Rocket Return Snorlax? So glad I bought it in time. Yeah, I've been watching that very carefully with Metalax. Metalax, let's hear it. How much did you buy yours for? If you tell me how much you bought yours for, I'll tell you how much I bought mine for. I think that the Snorlax from that set is probably one of the few cards that should be appreciating because it looks good. I have better quality of life than my parents did when they were young, which is also important to consider, but my dad isn't terribly old, just nearing his 50s. I'm glad to hear that. I think that my quality of life has been worse than my parents. And my wife's quality of life, definitely worse than her parents. Her parents were like trust fund babies. They just inherited a bunch of money. They didn't have to buy their own home. They didn't have to pay for their education. Nobody really paid for their education back then because it was like $2,000 for the whole thing. But her parents were trust fund babies and they wasted it. They received, because her grandfather was a software engineer in a time where there were very few software engineers. So her grandfather did very well, and he left an inheritance to her parents. And they squandered it. They gave it all away. They didn't do anything with it. They wasted it. And so she has all these memories of them spending all their money, and now they're poor. And she and I really did not get to live super comfortable lives. Like, her parents spent the money in ways where she didn't get to enjoy it, they did. So she didn't live like a super comfortable life because they ran out of money at some point. And then my parents were just always poor because there were 11 children, and my father worked like 12 hours a day. So neither of us have memories of like a comfortable life. But it's so frustrating. It's like, come on, man. You guys had a lot of money, and now you don't because you were bad with it. And once again, that's also analogous, I feel like, to what goes on in the world. Bernie Sanders just dropped out of the race in America, and everyone, all the young people particularly, like him so much. Oh, we need socialism, we need free this, we need free that, we need to be like Europe. We need to be like Europe. But it's like, my wife's parents were given so much money. Do our names rhyme? They do a little bit. Jessica, Erica, Derek, Blake, Jake, Olivia, Luke, Krista, Brianna, Malachi, Galena. So they're kind of similar. Anyways, her parents were given so much money, and it just didn't matter. They were bad with money, so they were still poor in the end. And I learned a lot from that. That made me wiser about how to handle money. If I was, let's say I was my wife's grandfather with all this money to give to her children, to give to his children, I wouldn't just give them cash. I would give them maybe like food. I would give them things they couldn't waste. But yeah, it's a very interesting subject. Oh, by the way, did Metalax mention what he paid? Hold on. Have you seen the change of price for Rocket Returns? Frick, read my chat message, you frick. That moment when he ignores my message when I'm giving him good news. I read your message. You must have not heard me. Metalax, I said I also bought a Snorlax, and I asked you how much you paid for yours, and I told you if you told me what you paid, I'll tell you what I paid. Yeah, I caught your message. Oh, 13, huh? Wow, how long ago was that? Was that a while ago? I wonder who bought theirs most recently. I bought mine for 780. He says, when you bought yours. Yeah, I got mine for 780. And I think he goes for like 2,000 now, right? 2,300, some crazy amount. Yeah, he goes for like 2,300 now, but there's, because almost no one's selling him. Actually, not only do I have that one, I bought a raw version of that card too to send off for grading. James says, how are my parents financially? I don't actually know anything about my parents. When I was 17, I ran away from home, and now I'm 31 and I know nothing about them. We don't talk to each other. I don't know what my father does for work. I don't know what my mother does. I hear rumors that all the other children ran away from home, but that's all I know. My father probably is doing well. He's probably doing well. He's a electric engineer, and those are good paying jobs. Yeah. Yeah, it was pretty crazy at 17 years old. Some people do not get to be born with really nice parents. That is something I've learned. Yeah, I wasn't 18 yet. It was too crazy. Too crazy. It was too crowded, too, you know. It wasn't, you know, my parents were crazy. They weren't really too nice. And then also I had all these siblings. And some of them were just crazy, man. Some siblings were just crazy, just like my parents. I feel like I learned a lot at home. Wouldn't you say that it's important to keep a relationship with your parents, or were yours an exception? Well, yeah. It's kind of like everyone would like to be in happy relationships, but relationships require both of the people in the relationship to be good people. So, yeah, my dad's gotten in trouble with the law, and you know, it's funny, I didn't even know my dad was so bad. I had to figure it out later. I thought it was just my mom. My mom, I thought, was the crazy one. So, yeah, it was pretty wild. Pretty wild. He was a hard worker, though. I'll tell you that. And there's probably worse parents out there, I'm sure. You know what I mean? There's probably worse parents. Somebody out there probably murdering their kids. You know, my parents didn't do that, so. Right? Just not somebody you would want to spend time with. Isn't that interesting? There are humans who are so unfun and selfish, or whatever the term is. They're so unfun that they're not very good to spend time with. And that's just an interesting reality. And it's why a lot of relationships don't do well, right? You want some, I'm TheCardconomist. I'm here to give you relationship advice. But it's the truth. If you've ever had a relationship fall apart, it's because one of you guys, maybe both of you, were not worth being around. And you have to make yourself worth being around. Or else you're just not going to have a relationship. Simple. You know what I mean? People are like, oh, I'm happier alone. Oh, yeah. I don't know if I believe that. Game says, I consider myself pretty lucky. Life isn't perfect, but it's pretty good. Life doesn't last forever. Something important to keep in mind. Yeah. Everyone, humans for all time have thought about how short life is a frustrating reality. But that's why you get all these stories like, oh, immortal life. You know, like the Sorcerer's Stone, Voldemort, Horcruxes. Everything's always about heaven and hell, eternity. You know what I mean? Humans are obsessed with that. So it's disappointing that we don't live longer. Man, even if you live to be like 1,000 years old, it would be so significantly better. No, you get like 40 years, and then you're a shriveled old raisin. Well, you spend like the first 20 being too young and the next 20 being too old. You know, the last 20 being too old. So you get this chunk in the middle, like maybe 30 to 40 years where you're healthy and you're competent. Justin says, more people need to buy small Lotto. That's right, small Lotto is actually very small, guys. It's almost over. Do you still talk to your sisters and brothers? Yeah, mildly. You know, they didn't really do as much as my parents did to make me leave. I have some siblings who are really crazy. You know, I have a brother who, he had a child and then got divorced. And I think I was told that a part of the divorce was because he was violent in the relationship. I was like, yeah, that makes sense. Violent family, violent brother. He and I did not get along. He and I did not get along. We were very different types of people. He and I were like polar opposites. I never talked to him. He still owes me like $400. I gave him a $400 loan. In my family, I was always the financially responsible one. People like knew me that way. I was the brother who was good at saving and loaning money. And I loaned him $400 over a long period of time. And then he just kind of decided, hey, I don't have to pay that back. He's right. I didn't take him to small courts or anything. I was like, all right, well, we don't need to talk, but, you can keep the $400. So, how do you make people be good? You know, it's just not possible. I think I've said before, I learned a lot from my family. I really did. I think you learn a lot when you have something difficult in your life. You get like wiser from it. All that Pokemon money, I know, right? I could buy $400 more cards. But yeah, you get wiser when something tough happens. It's kind of like right now, the coronavirus is making the whole world smarter about having a preparation for virus. We're very reactionary. So if you've gone through a lot of stuff, you have a lot of time to think about how to not go through that again. Odin Paul says 400 to get him out of your life was probably worth paying. Well, you know, I prefer to have normal relationships. So he could have always just have paid the money back and just talked to me like a normal human being. But man, he's crazy. I don't know. He wants your $400, but then he also doesn't want to pay it back. That's how some people are, and it's just like, why do we have jails full of people? Because some people are just bad. What are you going to do about it? That's why we come up with words like good and evil to explain those things. You know, that's why we have those words, good and evil, good and evil. It's like you want my $400, but also you don't want to pay back the $400. He has no respect for private property, and you know, he and I both came from the same poor family. I didn't have some big advantage or anything. I was just being nice, loaning him the money, and he can't pay it back. And he's like, yeah, I'm not going to pay that back. It's like, wow, man, I can't trust you. So that's why they say don't loan money to your family, right? But I don't know, man. He got married really young. He got married so fast. So for me, I did not go into the military, even though I strongly considered it. You know, my two brothers were strangely violent when we were young. My two brothers who were close to me in age. I have a total of four brothers. But I have the two that were closest to me in age. They were strangely violent and destructive, and I just was never that way. And they both ended up going into the military. And my brother, who went off to the Air Force, he got married he went off to boot camp. He got all fit. He's got the uniform. And I'm assuming you can just get any girl at that point. You know, my brothers and I didn't look terrible when we were young. We looked good. Symmetrical faces, whatever. And there he is with this military uniform. He's going off to the Air Force. And I presume he could just be like, hey, baby, want to shack up with me? So he got married like the moment he came back from boot camp. And then left to like Nevada or something like that. I can't remember where. Nebraska? I think he's in Nebraska, middle of nowhere. And then like a year later, I hear he's had a baby. And then like one more year later, he's divorced. Just like that. And I'm like, yep. This is precisely what I thought would happen. And if I talk to her, she's probably going to say something along the lines of, he's crazy, why would you want to be around him? And if I talk to him, he's going to be like, everything is her fault, 100%. I'm perfect and I'm a victim. And that's the sort of mentality some people have. I don't know why. But I'm his brother. He and I are only 2 years apart, actually less than 2 years apart in age. And so I know everything about him when he was young. And I could have told her that. I could have like called her up and been like, yo, my brother's crazy. What are you doing? Give it some time at least. Don't marry him right away. Don't have a baby with them right away. Give it a little bit of time. Nope. It's like married, pregnant. There was when we were younger, there was this huge difference between he and I. One of the interesting thing with so many brothers, we always found the same girls attractive. It was so weird. It's like, you ever wonder why you find someone attractive and someone else not attractive? Well, that must be your genes. Your genes must be telling you who to find attractive. And in general, everyone agrees on certain qualities, health, figure, there are like genetic flags that tell you this person could give you a baby. But then there's like more finer qualities like eye color, hair color, skin tone, that tell you, oh yeah, I like a personality. So my brothers and I always liked the same girls, but we were different. He would just go right up to her and be like, I love you. I was never like that. I always wanted to scope the person out a bit, try to figure them out a little more. Like, is this person actually good? So that was something I always wanted to know when I was younger. Odin Paul says, what are your thoughts on fast marriages in general? How long were you and your wife together before you got married? Well, it's a complicated subject. I think that marriage is pretty much a destroyed institution. I don't think it has any value like it did in the past. My wife and I were together for 5 or 6 years before we got married. I think that marriage used to have a much more socially valuable significance. I think it used to meant that the man owned the wife in a sense, like she was his, but also he was bound to like protect her and die for her. I don't think it's that way. It's not defined that way at all anymore. It's more like you hook up, you have sex, you divorce each other. That's marriage today. And then sometimes you like each other so much that you just stay together for a long time. No divorce ever happens, and everyone goes, yay! And that happens like 50% of the time. So, if you don't want to have a divorce, don't get married. Problem solved, right? And that's exactly what you see in society. And nobody has children anymore. And that's for two reasons, because relationships are destroyed in the future, but also because nobody has the money to have children. Nobody wants to have children. We're all living in condos, and generally a lot of us are quite poor and in debt to our education and worried about healthcare costs and trying to, the male and the woman are both working full time, and there's no family values anymore. There's no like family structure where the man's the head of the household, the mother is the head of the children. There's none of that. All that's been destroyed, and so nobody's having children. And in 100 years, you'll see some countries basically recede in power while the ones that had children will grow in power. But nobody can see that now because it will take 100 years for you to see that. So that's how I feel about marriage. Marriage has been destroyed. It's really sad. My kid's mom was my high school sweetheart. Oh, I gotcha. Yeah, I experienced some stuff like that. I had some girls I had big crushes on. I was homeschooled, but there was a homeschoolers association, and I was real popular with the ladies when I was younger. I guess to sound a little braggadocious, but it was true. And part of the reason for it was because I was so talkative. Girls enjoyed a guy who could carry on a good conversation. But my conversations were often about interesting subjects, kind of like what we're doing right now. And girls really like somebody who maybe displays those talkative signs. Maybe it's a sign of a life. I don't know. When somebody has a lot to say and they have a lot to share with you, it's kind of like, oh man, I feel some energy coming off of this person. So I never really had trouble talking to girls, and in general, there would be a few girls that would have a crush on me, but I never dated. I was always concerned that if I got into a relationship with the girl, that I would like not do well. But also, I was a weirdly committed person. So when I was real young, when I was like in the ages when you might start dating, like 12 to 15, I had like this concept of a wife already, and I was like, I'm gonna be so loyal to her that I'm not gonna date all these hoes, right? When I was young, I didn't think in those terms, of course, but I was like super loyal to her. Like she was gonna be, it was gonna be me and her, king and queen, that kind of concept. Very romantic. But I think it actually protected me in the end from having a lot of meaningless relationships. Game Addict says, that sucks. At least in my family, for the most part, there's significance both due to religion and how they were raised. I'm sorry if it sounds like I'm gloating or something. No, not at all, Game Addict. Not at all. Don't feel bad about it. I think that for people, even for people who are like questioning whether there's a God, religion actually closely resembles what would happen if you structured human organizations into a successful structure where, again, it's mother over the children, father over the mother. He's the protector of the household and the provider. She's she gives children to him, and they protect each other, right? That's such a powerful structure. It works so well. And then we work so hard to get rid of it. Because that's progress. And it's like, okay, so what is that giving us? Women get to work full time. Men earn less money. Our country is wealthier. I guess the corporations can clap each other on the back. That's great. Nobody's having children. Everyone's going to college. And so the price of college skyrockets. The government says anyone can pull a loan out. Everyone does. Now we're in a financial crisis from all the college loans that were pulled out. See, my wife and I will be able to pay off our college loans. We will. She got a good job. I've got a good job. So many young people don't have that. And they're going to be like, well, you got to pay for it. I'm going to be like, no, I'm going to move to some country where I don't have to pay for it. But it's like increasingly, all the countries are just full of this sort of, situation where you're tied to everyone else. And it's like, I don't want to be tied to everyone else. Not everyone else works as hard as I do. I work really hard. You know, I don't want to pay for somebody like my brother, for example. I knew him growing up. He made different choices than me, and that's up to him. And he should have the freedom to choose to live his life how he wants. We came from the same family, the same level of poverty. He knew all the things I knew, but he just made really terrible choices, and I didn't. And I guess if you believe that people didn't really, you weren't masters of your own destiny, if you didn't believe you had free will, then maybe it should be my responsibility to take care of my brother. But I don't really believe that. I think that my brother does have free will. I think he made some dumb choices, and he's still got time to turn himself around and fix things in his life, but he probably won't, because that'll be what he chooses to do. And it's the same way for all society. You know, maybe you had a kid young. Well, that's okay. You probably won't be as rich as if it had been planned a little better, but you can still be rich. You can still be a millionaire if you plan it well right now and get to it. You know what I mean? No, people aren't like that. They're just like, oh, I hate the rich. I hate the successful. I'm not even rich and successful. I'm poor. But someday, when I'm like 40, I probably will be rich. And then everyone will hate me. Everyone's going to hate me because I worked real hard all day, every day. I worked like crazy. And I came from poverty. And when you learn about a lot of millionaires came from the exact same situation. A lot of millionaires were like, they were poor when they were young. And they were so determined not to be poor that they ended up becoming millionaires. And everyone hates them. It drives me nuts. Bernie Sanders, you know, right? So Bernie Sanders, he was for the whole socialist revolution in America. And I don't disagree with him on everything. But it's the general concept of hating the wealthy, eat the rich, return the means of production to the people, all that stuff, right? All that nonsense. It just upsets me because it's like, all these wealthy guys, you hate them so much. They spent their whole lives trying to do that. They're 60 now. Of course they're wealthy. They spent 50 years, or 40 years trying to become wealthy. They did it for 40 years. They should be wealthy by now. You're like, what, 25? Your parents just finished wiping your butt. You went to college on a loan. You went on spring break. You own fancy technology. And these guys who worked their whole life to become wealthy, it was their goal. They worked their whole life to do that. And now they're wealthy and you just hate them. You hate that they have more than you. Dude, you're like 40 years younger than them. Enjoy being young, right? They don't have that. So I learned so much from when I was younger. My brother Blake, he didn't do well. And, you know, if he found out I was doing well, and he probably doesn't know anything about me right now, but if he found out I was doing well, he'd probably hate me for it. He'd probably blame me for his problems, because that's how he was when he was younger. Everything was always someone else's fault. Everything was always someone else's fault in his mind. And I had a different way of seeing things. For me, it was, okay, some things are not my fault. However, if I want to live a good life, I have to take control of the things I have control over and improve them. And that's the best I can do. So I had a very different perspective from my brother. And I don't know, maybe we were just born different. Maybe I was born with a different brain than his, and that's all it comes down to. Who knows? It's you know, if you really believe in all that deterministic kind of stuff, all that, no, you don't have free will. The sad thing is, if you really believe in all that stuff, real progress then would be getting rid of those people as a very scary reality. Real progress in society, if you believed in all that, no one has free will, you really believe that, then government should take over and begin breeding programs for ensuring that the next group of human species, whatever, have superior IQ, superior willpower, right? That's eugenics. But if you really think we're just our genes, that is the future. Some country will do it, and they'll do it successfully, and everyone else will be left behind. So, yeah, and maybe some people do believe in that. Who knows? It's a very interesting subject. It's a dangerous subject. You're not supposed to think about it. Shh. Don't think about it. Everyone's equal. What a joke. What a joke, man. I had so many siblings. I had 11 siblings. Some were smart, some were dumb. All there was to it. Why were some smart and some were dumb? Were some given like more money than the others? No, we were all poor. Were some given preferential treatment? Nope, we were all treated poorly. Some were born good at math, some weren't. And now look at me. I'm graduated with my computer science degree. Easy. And I got siblings who don't have it because they weren't good at math when they were born. What are you going to do about it? Can someone buy packs? Well, I'm just kind of cleaning the desk up right now, and after I'm done with that, I'm going to check the appreciation of my cards. I'm going to get the population of them, and I'm going to get their going price on eBay so that we can track them and maybe start to get a little more scientific on how cards appreciate as an alternative asset. Yeah, gaming addict, I think that is kind of a mix. I think you're kind of born with a certain level of intelligence and skill, and you have to work within what you're born with. But if you kind of recede to the point where you say, hey, I have no control, I'm just born a criminal, if you really buy into that, there is a solution for a world where that's true. Destroy all the criminals. They can never be saved. If somebody's born a criminal, get rid of them right away, right? Stuff like that leads to a cruel sort of society. It leads to a cruel sort of society because you can make some really logical conclusions really fast. You can make some psychopath logical conclusions like, okay, this person's going to be a net loss on a society's tax system forever. He's just going to be a burden. Get rid of him. Send him to another country. I don't care. Suppress them, right? You can make some really fast logical decisions from that. And that's why it's such a dangerous belief. And oddly enough, the Democrats often believe in that kind of stuff. They believe in, well, you can't hold anyone responsible for their actions. It's not their fault. Criminals can change if given a chance, says Jennifer Scott. Jennifer, I generally do believe that. Maybe one of the questions you could ask yourself is, are there any conditions where that's not true? Are there any situations? Do you have some criminals who cannot change? And I think the reality is that, yeah, there's some. Just like there's some people who you should never be in a relationship with. They're never good. They're just always bad. They make all the wrong choices all the time. And they treat you poorly. And they want to use you. So it's kind of a mixed bag, isn't it? But in general, it's a mixed bag. Now you sound like my middle school teacher. You had a middle school teacher talking to you about this stuff? That's crazy, man. But yeah, anyways, so just kind of going down all these thoughts of mine. I think about it a lot because, you know, I'm getting older. I'm 31. And you reflect on life a lot. The older you get, the more memories you have. So the older you get, I guess in a way, the smarter you get. I don't know if that's 100% true. Maybe you get stupider the older you get. But you at least have more experience, you know. You have more experience to look back on and make introspective decisions and conclusions from. And I'm someone who in particular has a lot of introspective conclusions. I think a lot back on the past. Things I regret, things I wish I did different. Things I'd like to do better. And things I had no control over, too. I think about those. Because you try to avoid that, you know what I mean? Whew, another brick. Another brick. Natty says, me too. Yeah. TheCardconomist here. I can solve any relationship. I can. All you need is tons of money. No, I'm just kidding. Any relationship. I got a fancy degree. You ever think about those? Like, you know all those counselors and the therapists? Oh, doctor this, doctor that. You know they just read books, right, guys? These are just people who read books. That's all it is. They're experts. Yeah, they went to school and they read a book. And now they're an expert. And some of them, of course, have been doing it for many years. Those are probably the best ones. But when it comes to like counselors and therapists and many of them, especially the younger ones, they just read books, man. They went to school, they paid a bunch of money to go to school, and then they read a bunch of books. And now they're the experts. I hate it sometimes. Dr. Phil's a plumber. Yeah, well, it's funny. Dr. Phil doesn't have a degree in therapy, and yet people tune in to watch his show, and that's because in general his advice is actually pretty good. I've watched a little bit of Dr. Phil. He's great. But yeah, they're experts. Well, what made them an expert? They read a book, man. You can read the same book. You could read it right now if you wanted to. Just go look up their curriculum that they took their degree on, buy the book, read it from the beginning to the end. Read it a second time and you're done. Now you're, you know what I mean? Experts. It's one of those things where it's like you think that they're gonna save everything, they're gonna fix everything for you because they got doctor next to their name. Dude, they just some guy who opened a book and read it and paid a bunch of money to do that. I'm always very wary of experts. It's not that I distrust them entirely. I think that people get maybe like false hopes. People get a false hope. Oh man, if I go to the therapist, he'll fix all my problems. No, you're fat and you're ugly. That's why nobody wants to date you. Gotcha. Problem solved. You're fat and you're ugly. Problem solved. Didn't even need to open a book for that one. Didn't even need to open a book for that one. It's not a mystery. It's not a mystery. I'm ugly and I'm proud. Well, That's how you should be. That's actually the correct way to be. No one should ever be ashamed to be themselves. Because if you ever feel shame to be yourself, you're going to lose to somebody else who doesn't feel shame. Because that's what nature does. Nature expects a winner. Nature's like, all right, you can't both have the same girlfriend. One of you will and one of you won't. And the guy with the confidence ends up with the girlfriend. I'm TCC and I open up Pokemon cards. Ah, man, I'm so depressed. Well, all you have to do is be 6'4". I'm just kidding. All you have to do is be 6'2", 6'2". Have you ever tried that? Come on, bro. Just be tall. Girls don't like me. Have you tried being tall? This new reality where we're more aware of how important your genetics are. Wow, look at this. That looks so clean now. Ooh, it looks so pretty. Table's all clean. Ah, yeah. Oh, yes. Got the big Lotto. We got the small Lotto. Turn to the left. What? So anyways, how do we get on all this? Talking about being in a wealthy neighborhood, seeing all the stuff me and my wife don't have. Looking forward to the spring festival tomorrow. I think I am, yes. Simon says, oftentimes they have quite a bit of practical experience as well. Yeah, but Simon, who has a lot of practical experience? Most old people have practical experience. You go to relationship advice from like a doctor 25-year-old who went to school for the last 4 years. You can talk to an old man and an old woman and be like, how do you guys stay together so long? Both groups have experience, but the doctor opened a book and read it. Well, if the old couple opened a book and read it, they'd have the same knowledge he has. People inflate the sort of like the magical healing powers of therapy and counseling, in my opinion. And then if you say that, everyone's like, oh, I can't believe you would say that. Everyone should go to counselor and therapy. Everyone should go. Game Addict says, thanks for the interesting discussion. No problem. I like to have interesting discussion. I don't think that people shouldn't go. I'm not saying that. Just to I think there's some people who would really benefit from it. Actually, it's an interesting subject. I think that there's like this skill that I call introspection, and that's your ability to kind of self-evaluate. And I think people have like various skills, right? Like some people are really good spatial reasoning. Some people are really good music. Some people are good with like physical eye-hand coordination. Some people are really good socially. Some people are really patient. Some people are really, right? So people have a variety of skills. And one of the skills that I think I was born with that I was particularly good at was introspection. This is the ability to stop and evaluate yourself fairly objectively. The funny thing about evaluating yourself is hard to do it objectively because you can see how you look from your point of view, but the reality is everyone else's point of view. So you kind of have to understand how other people are saying you as well. So introspection's tricky. And I think introspection is kind of the skill that a lot of therapists and counselors have. They have the ability to understand, like, what's going on in this person in their mind, and how they're thinking about themselves and thinking about the world. And the reason a lot of counselors and therapists are capable of doing this probably is because they're already good at doing it with themselves. They've probably been doing it with themselves since they were young, capable of self-evaluating and maybe just getting into their own psychology and being like, oh, so I have anxiety and I have depression and blah, blah, blah. So they're probably typically good at doing it. And if you get a bad psychologist, a bad therapist, my bet is that they're just running off of the rules of some book they read and not really that good at actual introspective evaluation. So it's something I've thought a lot about, and yeah, it's interesting. Yeah, I've gotten advice from all kinds of sources, but I feel like the advice that helps me the most over time has generally always just been me alone with my thoughts, and I end up helping myself tremendously. Boosted Yeti says, I don't like therapists that leans towards Freud. Take this pill. Psylocke says, I'm studying psychology. Hey, Psylocke, did you know that psychology is one of the least valuable degrees you can pursue? Don't let me tear you down. I think what happens is a lot of people go after the 4-year degree, and this doesn't actually turn into anything. You have to go for like the doctorate degree or something like that. And but yeah, I was doing some reading about all this unpaid student debt, and one of the biggest causes of it are people who went after a 4-year psychology degree. So I hope you don't find yourself in trouble with that. King Taco says, TCC, last time I was here we talked about investment. Was that Snorlax a decent investment? The Rocket Snorlax that you bought from the Gym Heroes Gym Challenge set, he's probably all right, yeah. I don't think that he will... He's probably all right. Silex says, that's why I haven't finished it. Matt says, both my roommates got film degrees and are doing nothing with them. That's right. They're just going to sit in debt. They're going to vote for Bernie Sanders, Elizabeth blue-haired feminist Warren, Elizabeth Pocahontas Warren, and then they're going to say, hey, we're in a financial crisis. TCC has to pay for my degree now. He got a useful degree, his wife got a useful degree, and they have to pay for our degrees. That's what they'll do. It's absolutely ridiculous. King Taco says, I got him for less than 50, and the only one on eBay is 180. Hey, nice. So let's see. Time to start tracking my purchases. I said that's what I wanted to do for this live stream. You guys want to see my table, by the way? The table's looking real great now. Check it out. Huh? That looks nice now. Look at all those rocket boxes. Man, that's a lot of Team Rocket booster boxes. We don't actually have a lot of PSA cards here. Look at that. King Taco says, I want to see the Rocket Return Snorlax. Sure. Let's take a look at it real fast. Oh. You guys should be careful when you buy Rocket Returns. I don't actually consider it... If you want to talk about card appreciation, and that's one of the things I want to offer people advice from this channel. If you want to talk about price appreciation and card investment, Rocket Returns is a rare set. It's not a WotC set. It's not a Wizard of the Coast set. So be very careful with it, because sometimes they're overpriced. There's many of these cards I've seen for sale, not a lot of them available, and the price is very high. And so your thoughts on it must be, oh, there's not many of these available. That must mean it's rare. That must mean it's valuable. But then you have to find a buyer when you buy it. And you guys are kind of newer to this. You've just gotten into my channel, so you're seeing it. You've gotten into my channel. You've gotten exciting. You've seen I've got these cards. I promise you, I do not pay the price you see on eBay for these cards. I never do. I get a lower price, or I simply don't buy it. The prices on eBay are ridiculous for these cards. Not all of them. Many of them. Many of them are heavily overpriced for what they are. This one is legit, though. This Snorlax is legit. So this Snorlax, because of the beauty of the card, I think that it will go up in value over time. And it's a terrific card. So this is PSA 10 Team Rocket Return Snorlax. I got this one for like $700. It was $780. And I think he's like going for $2,300 now. This is a legit good card. I don't know if he'll necessarily keep moving up that way. It's hard to say. Hard to say. Same with this Torchic. There's a PSA 10 Torchic for $14,000. Dude, that's so stupid. Nobody should be buying him at that price. Because if you're paying that much for a Torchic, well then certainly you could just be buying these. See? So when you buy cards, you have to be very thoughtful. You could buy these unopened booster boxes, and these are one of the simplest appreciating assets in the card franchise because they're always appreciating every time somebody opens one of them. Very easy, right? So the unopened booster boxes double appreciate. One, new collectors who are also getting older and earning more money. Two, they keep getting opened. So they're appreciating double. But these are not appreciating the same way. Every time a booster box gets open, the population of these cards increases. So you have to be very thoughtful, very careful. Alexander says, get my gym challenge box. I don't have the money for it. I would. I think I'm going to buy Rocket. If I had, to tell you the truth, if I had the money, I'd probably buy Rocket. I'm probably going to buy Rocket booster boxes. We got Entei. I don't think the top cards are underpriced. Some people are going to collect those, but in my opinion, if you want to make money on the cards, you have to focus on the most popular cards. You got to focus on the cards that will see exponential growth over time because it turns out everyone wants that same card. Does everyone want Entei EX? Probably not. Don't pay for this. If that price is high on eBay for that, you're wasting your money if you buy it. Dark Electrode, nobody wants this. There's a few collectors who want this, and like me, I'll buy it if you sell it to me half price. And that's it. And if you don't, I'm not buying it. Move on. Move on to, look at this, guys. You could own a Snorlax. You could buy this guy off of eBay for $2,300. I paid $2,000 for this card. Your money is valuable. Where you place the money will determine how much money you made. So you have to decide, which card should I be placing my money into? Well, which card is expected to appreciate faster? Easily this one. Easily. A WotC card. WotC card, nobody really even knows what this card is. The only reason you guys know is because I'm showing it to you. A lot of people have never heard of Rocket Returns. So Rocket Returns came out at a time when the card industry for Pokemon cards was kind of falling down. All the explosive collecting was happening back here with the Wizard of the Coast. There's no PSA Rocket Returns Snorlax on eBay right now. Oh, interesting. Well, anyways, you can buy Rocket Returns cards. I'm just telling you guys, be careful because there's a lot of good fossil, jungle, base set, gym set, rocket set. What else? Aquapolis, Sky Ridge, the Legendary Collection, the E-Reader base set. All those are so good. If you spend all your money here, you're betting that the Rocket Return set will appreciate faster than all those original sets. Why am I buying Rocket Return sets? Because I just buy Rocket cards. It's kind of like doing this, guys. Let me explain. You guys watch my channel and you see me buying all these Shuckles. So you're like, oh man, Shuckle must be valuable and rare. No, I buy Shuckle. Most people don't buy Shuckle. I buy Shuckle because he's the Pokemon I like. So be careful with the Rocket Returns. I heard a few people were going after the Rocket Returns cards, and so I'm not going to be buying Rocket Returns cards for a while. I'm shifting back over to the other sets while you guys overpay for the Rocket cards. While you guys overpay for these. So Dark Pupitar, Dragonair, Golduck, while you guys are putting your money into these, I'm going to shift my money over to Fossil and Jungle, where probably the card will appreciate much faster. And these cards tend to be overpriced because they're appearing to be rare, but again, nobody really knows about these. People don't have nostalgic feelings for Dark Pupitar. Most people don't. And I was only buying him because I collect Rocket cards. That's it. These were actually pretty good purchases. These actually were underpriced. Many of these other cards. So there was like Dark Scyther was available. Dark Scyther, that's the evolution. He was available. There was like a Dark Zapdos. There were all these, and they were so overpriced. They're like $1,000. Are you kidding? I could go buy so many like WotC cards with that money, and then they sold it. I'm like, oh man, somebody's way overpaying for these cards. And so I backed off of it. So I bought the Torchic last, but yeah, somebody is way overpaying. I wouldn't pay that much for these when because again, it's all about opportunity cost. You could buy 4 $1,000 Rocket Return cards or a sealed booster box of a WotC collection box, right? So which one's going to appreciate more? Are you kidding me? It's no contest. The WotC box appreciates far faster. Do you own Light Dragonite? No, I don't think I have that card. Yeah, I don't own Dark Dragonite. But yeah, anyways, just to drill my point home again, I was just collecting them because that's kind of a quirky thing that I do because I like rocket cards, and you guys can do that too. Be careful though. Just tell the buyer you don't want to pay their price. That's my advice. Tell the buyer you'll take it at half price or something. You got to be careful. When this came on the market, I bought it full price right away because I knew that this card was appreciating, and it was a terrific purchase. Dark Alakazam, yeah, some cards I don't even, like, you'll say, here, make me an offer, and I don't even make the offer. I just buy it straight up. I'm like, oh, that card appreciates. I'm taking it. Other cards, you can tell they're overpriced. You can be like, nah, nobody's going to buy it at that. Come on, man, be real. There's so many other cards you can buy with that money. Why would I buy that? Oh, because it's a situation where it appears the seller can dictate the market, but they can't if you don't buy the card. See? Very important concept. If you don't buy the card, the seller can't dictate the market. They have to lower the price. Weekend Wolf says, I'm trying to pull some first appearance Pokemon from Topps. The Topps cards? You talking about, I got this goofy card for free. I had some Topps cards over here. Where'd they go? Oh man, here's a silver Morgan dollar. I bet this is going to go up in value. I forgot I bought that. Anyways, yeah, I had a Topps card. Somebody gave it to me. I think I put it in one of the folders. Yeah, I don't know, man. I'd be careful with the Topps cards. The movie cards are getting rare because there's some rare, hard-to-grade ones. I'd be very careful with those. Gosh, maybe I should make some videos on these topics. When it comes to collecting, what people tend to do wrong is you tend to collect something you find quirky. If you want to invest rather than just collect, because you want to be careful, you're spending a lot of money. Very often when you spend a lot of money, the way you justify it is you say, I'm investing. You got to be careful to understand what a real investment looks like. A real investment is when you buy a highly desirable rare card that everyone wants that's going to go up in value. So you got to be real careful with that. There's many, many cards in the series, so many that you can purchase, but only some of them will go up a lot, only a few of them. And careful analysis will help you understand which cards actually go up. Trust me, I'm already starting to do this myself. I'm analyzing the cards. Some go up quite a lot. Some go up, like $50. Some go up like $2,000. Snowy Leopard says, if I got into boosters, which one should I get into? I'm after Eevees and Eevee evolutions. Well, you know what? The Flareon Jungle is pretty good. So if you could get a first edition Jungle booster box, you'd be out probably like $5,000. But that is a solid investment in card collecting because people continue to open up fossil packs, and it will slow down, but it will continue until the booster boxes will probably reach like $10,000, and that's probably when people will really slow down at that point. But you will have made like $4,000 profit after taxes or something like that when they reach 10,000. So you guys see me stacking up these booster boxes. It's not an accident. How much is a rocket box? Unlimited versus first edition. Great question, King Taco. I wouldn't buy an unlimited box. You certainly can. I think that unlimited boxes will not appreciate as fast as first edition boxes because they're not as rare. So you see their price is lower, and what happens is people who are like, they're like lukewarm, they're scared to go all in. They're going to buy the cheaper one because they're like, I'll hold on to $1,000. First edition is the rare stuff. Unlimited is not that rare. Really, I would buy an unlimited rocket box right now for maybe $1,000, but they are listing them for like $30. It's silly. I would pay about $1,000 for it. The rocket boxes, the first edition rocket boxes, I would probably go up to 4.5 for now and then sit on it. What is the trend of a shiny Charizard? Shiny Charizard's doing good. It's really interesting. I want to see, over time, I'm really curious to see what happens with him. The thing is, shiny Charizard, there's like 700 of them. So you're never going to control the market on shiny Charizard. Meaning you, the seller, can never demand a high price. There's simply too many of them available. You're going to look at the price online, and the price is going to be decided by basically the supply and demand. The price is going to be decided by how large of a number of collectors are there now. Did it grow? Good. Shiny Charizard went up in cost. That's not the same as owning an actually rare card. If you own an actually rare card, then you and one of the other maybe 50 people that own the card have to agree to give it up. And this allows you to dictate a very high price. I have 2 black label shiny Zards. Oh, very cool. That's actually very cool. You should show us a picture sometime. Maybe, hey, maybe in the future you can get a comfortable form of shipping. You can ship it over and I'll show them off for you and then ship them back. Would you ever open your Rocket Booster Box TCC? Well, to tell you the truth, we have opened them. We've opened 2 of them. See this? On this channel alone, we've opened up 2 first edition Rocket Booster Boxes. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. See that one over there? That's my best one. That's my best one. 7 booster boxes of the Rocket First Edition set have passed through my hands now. And that's probably not over. I'll probably buy another one. At the right price, I'll buy another one. I would buy that gym challenge that Alex is wanting to sell, but it'll have to be at the right price. Weekend Wolf says, so lucky I got the Dark Blastoise from one of those bad boys. Oh, you have no clue, man. If that Dark Blastoise comes back at 10, you will probably have just made $4,000. Now, if it comes back a 9, you're still probably doing pretty good. Not going to be mind-blowing, but it's going to be good. Let's see. I don't have the price on them. What was your best pull out of the Rocket Booster Boxes? Somebody pulled a first edition Dark Blastoise, and another guy, Alkybear, he pulled a first edition Rainbow Energy. If that first edition Rainbow Energy pulls a 10, that could be worth like a $2,000. So that one's pretty good. If the Blastoise pulls a 10, it could be worth about $4,000. Yep. So these are an expensive but a good investment. But guys, when you're investing money in cards, because I'm trying to give you guys fair advice, you could buy cards, you could buy Bitcoin, you could buy gold, you could buy Google stock. There's Apple stock. You could buy stock in the airplanes right now. The airplanes take a big hit. You could buy stock in the cruise lines right now. The cruise lines have taken a big hit. But, maybe in 2 years they go back to what they used to be. Maybe they grow a little bit. So there's all kinds of investing opportunities. I do the cards as a hobby, and I don't put all my money in the cards. But I've put quite a lot in the cards, let's be honest. You know why I do it, though, is because we have a nice little community, so that's part of it. If I didn't have you guys to talk to about the cards, my holdings on the cards, my what would be the right word? It starts with a P. My position. So my position on owning cards would probably be even stricter. My position on the cards would be so strict, I'd probably only own the booster boxes and maybe about 10, 15 PSA cards. Extremely strict. Ted says we're funding TGC's Trust Fund Babies. Hey, maybe someday. we're not quite there. My Trust Fund Babies. If I can have children that live a more privileged life than me, then I did what I was supposed to do. We all are supposed to aspire to that. We got these modern cards, really nice. Gengar, Mimikyu, Lapras. You know what I like about the modern cards? They're cheap. These are cheap. These are like $100, maybe 60 to 150 tops, probably. They're so cheap, you can buy them and sell them pretty easily without losing much money. Should you ever buy these? Should you ever buy the modern cards? Funny enough, yeah. If you can get the modern cards at the right price, well, and that's the rule, actually. If you can get any card at the right price, you should buy it. But it has to be the right price. If it's the wrong price, Why aren't you out there buying Google stock, silly Billy? So you got to get cards. This card, you're already missing the train on this card, I promise you. If you don't own one of these, you are missing the train. This card's going to go up to like 2,000 in probably a short number of years. I'm tempted to get a second one of these. It's the cutting error. People are underestimating the cutting error, I promise you. We opened so many boxes of Burning Shadows, all bad. So if enough of the Burning Shadows secret rare Charizards are affected by this cutting problem, then what's going on here is the number of them, 700 of them or whatever, 800, it will never shift. Well, it will shift, but slowly. Whereas with the Shining Charizard from the Hidden Fate set, what you're going to find out, this is what's interesting, is that there's many more of them that haven't been opened yet. People say all the time in the channel, hey, I just pulled Shining Charizard, yay. You hear it all the time. Night E opened one of these not too long ago, a Shining Charizard. This card, I would probably pick up one of those cards as soon as you can. Reshiram Charizard, I don't know about him. He is a very beautiful card. I like him. He does not feel like an appreciating card. This card's okay. Darkrai. How's my hunt for a girlfriend going? I need to lift some weights. Matt says I got mine yesterday. Well, there you go. So Burning Shadows, Darkrai. Can't find this guy anywhere. He's never for sale. And if he was, I'd snatch him right up. People who want to finish a Burning Shadows collection are going to have so much trouble because of that cutting error, I promise you. Gengar will probably be a hot card too. Yeah, he probably will be, but the problem is you can just buy a box of Team Up and have a chance to pull them. So many more Gengars will come onto the market. You know, we're tracking the change in the population for these PSA cards over here. See this Dark Magneton? He's worth like 4,000 now, right? Well, there were 46 of them. Now there's 47 of them. Somebody found one. And that's what's going to happen with all cards. So whatever the population is now, imagine them 20 years from now. So 20 years ago, this did not exist. Grading these cards like this did not happen. You did not get PSA cards back then for Pokemon. Today, in the modern cards, everyone does it. Since everyone's doing it, even on the day they launch, everyone is preserving these cards perfectly. So it's going to turn out 20 years from now that this Charizard will never have the value that this Dark Magneton had. And you're going to find out. There are many more collectors that exist who want this Dark Magneton. You think he's expensive now at $4,000? Wait till he hits $20,000. Wait till he hits $50,000. You'll be like, I can't even imagine him hitting $50,000. Oh yeah, you can. Wait till we're old. When we're old, we're going to have so much money because we're going to keep working. You're going to go to work. I'm going to go to work. My wife's going to go to work. We're all going to keep working. When we're old, we're all going to have so much more money because we're old. That's how it works. I was talking to you guys about that earlier. You get mad at all the old guys who have money. Yeah, they're 60. Of course they have money, stupid. They've had 40 years. They've had 40 years to build all that wealth. Well, when we're old and we're trading these cards at a high level, that Magneton's not going to be $4,500, I promise you. I'll sell them to you for $100,000. You never know. Baseball cards trading for multi-million dollars? That's a real thing. You got baseball cards worth like right now like $40,000. What? $40,000 for one card? It'll happen. It'll happen. Unless Pokemon goes under. It's like telling me Disney's going to go under. Yeah, right, man. So it's hard to believe. It's possible, I suppose, but it is hard to believe. Yeah, Mewtwo, Mew's cute. Pikachu's at Grom. Man, I'd love for this card to go up. I love the design on that card. Mewtwo. It's pretty cool. I think a Magic card just sold for $500,000. There you go. See Magic the Gathering? They've got the same situation. Do you think an individual Pokemon card, not booster box, will sell for $1 million? I think it's possible. There's an old card worth $2 million in baseball in perfect condition. Yeah, exactly. So Pokemon cards going to see a lot of appreciation over these next 10, 20 years, guys. And if you buy some, do not just focus on your quirky collection. You know, you can work on your collection if you do that. Put them in a nice display, put them on your wall, show them off to your friends. If you want to talk about taking a position in Pokemon cards, you got to be picky. Go for the ones everyone wants. Make common sense choices. Don't just buy on impulse. because that is the allure of the cards, is to buy on impulse. Oh, I like that. I'm going to get me one of those. Oh, I like that. I'm going to get me one of those. Buy the ones that are going to appreciate. So like this Deden, I just gave one of these away in the Big Lotto, right? Well, I sold it in the Big Lotto. He's a great addition to your collection, because everyone from this whole era, the Sun and Moon era, is going to remember this card. He is going to go down as the Sun and Moon hero of everyone who played the tournaments. He's everyone's tournament card. He's the meta card. He will be strongly remembered. 20 years from now, there's going to be kids who, they played the tournament, they watched the tournament, they played with their friends. They're going to remember this card. He's going to go up in price. Fate says you don't go for complete sets. I do. You have to display those cards, okay? It's like what I said earlier. If you're going to go for a complete set, you are not in it for the investing at that point. You're in it for the fun. So be sure to get the maximum enjoyment out of it. Show it to your friends. Put it on your shelves. You're going for the fun aspect of the cards at that point. And you know, you could do it smart. Like if you get a good price on them and then you sell them, you don't lose any money if you do it smart. You know, just try to, you know, like searching eBay for the lowest buy it now price, that kind of stuff. Be smart about it. And when it's time for you to get your money back out of the cards, sell them carefully, learn to sell them. Learning to sell your cards is important. I have a lot of eBay experience myself, so that is a critical part. So being able to sell your cards is an important aspect. Horizon says no one's bought anything this stream. That's perfectly okay. Today, I wasn't going to sell anything today. Today's supposed to be my off day from this card stream, but I wanted to have some fun with my cards and work on testing the appreciation of the cards. In fact, what we're about to do, we're about to start testing the population count and the price of the cards so we can track them. We'll start with this pile, actually. So this is part of my permanent collection of modern cards. I expect these cards to do well over time. And we might add more to it. We're going to start with that Burning Shadows Charizard. Now the way this works is I use my laptop to track the, let's move these scissors. I use my laptop to track the population count, and the price is coming from the cheapest buy it now price on eBay. eBay is not the only place that sells cards, so it's not the official price of the card. And especially when there's not a lot of them available, the price can spike in an unfair way. So you have to be thoughtful about all of that. Okay, I just put my laptop on the desk for once. And let's jump over. We're going to open up eBay. And we're going to open up PSA Pop Count. PSA Pop Report. And we're going to start out with Burning Shadows. Yeah, I want you guys to be smart. I want you guys to do well. Black promo, Burning Shadows. You know, I still open packs like you guys do. I do if you get a hot pull from a pack, you can make a lot of money that way. You could try to buy them raw off of eBay. I'm very wary of that. You'll notice I don't really do that so much anymore. I've had too many failed cases from that. I've just kind of given up on it. So between buying packs or shopping on eBay, believe it or not, the packs are kind of still not a bad choice. The biggest problem is when you open a pack and it's got off-centering. It's really disappointing. But when you open a pack and it's got the centering's good, yeah. It's all luck. It's all luck, I guess. Here we go. You ready for this? This Charizard has a population of 653. And that number will surely rise. And now we're going to test eBay for his cost. We're going to do a little cost. So first of all, you guys are probably curious what I paid for him. Well, it shows you right there. So he used to be $750. 653 available, $750. So I probably paid around that much. That's why people like Charizards. They're like a standard almost. And you don't have to agree with that. If you don't want him to be a standard, the trick is to never buy him, because it's all based on demand. So if you want to affect the value of Charizards, simply don't buy any Charizards. Go to buy it now. So buy it now, lowest price is my system that I use to try and understand the value of the cards. There's so many Burning Shadows Charizards that it's hard. You can't manipulate the market. There's too many owners of this card. Okay, so we have it sorted by cheapest to basically by cheapest, buy it now. And you guys are going to be surprised by this. Yeah, I know, exactly. But you know what? If he's the standard, he's the standard. If he's what everyone wants, what are you going to do about it? You just got to make a smart decision as an investor. 653 was 750, moved up to 850 at some point. The cheapest one is now 1250. See? That's almost $500 from where that's like $500 from where he used to be. So if I sold him, I would ask for $500 of profit on flipping the card. And the reason you would buy him at $1,200 is because in your mind he's going to go to 14, so you would still make 200. See, so that's Charizard. Let's move on to this Burning Shadows Darkrai. I suspect there are none of them available. This means none available. If there is, I'm just going to buy him right now. Unless he's crazy priced. And this is going to be Darkrai PSA 10. There is one available on eBay for $1,500. It's mine, and I should probably just take it down because I don't think I would sell it. So here's what's happened, guys. I listed him a long time ago, and I've noticed I was the only seller. We're all the way now in the future, I'm still the only seller. To me, this tells me the card is probably more valuable than $1,500. It sounds like a high price, but I'm pricing it based off of what I believe he'll become. So, believe it or not, there's only 42 of these guys. This is a modern set. There's only 42 Darkrai's. With the cutting error, how high will that number go? Hey, maybe it'll go all the way up to 200 someday. Maybe there will be some batches that don't have the cutting error. 200 is still pretty small, small enough to become a valuable collectible vintage card. So with the price still not being available, I'm going to put him at 2,000 to be honest. Look at the difference. There's 653 of these Charizards. There's only 42 of the Darkrai's. You would think that the Charizards are more valuable. I think it's actually the Darkrai. Just like the Dark Magneton from the Rocket set. Everyone's sleeping on this card. You don't realize how valuable he is because you don't have people trying to put collections of Burning Shadows together yet. Mega Sableye Tyranitar should be quite cheap. He's a Unified Minds card. And Unified Minds is the booster boxes themselves are still, well, they're starting to go up in price now. They're from 2019. They're starting to get a little bit old. But he's one of the cool cards from that set. Let's jump over there. So we're an hour and 17 minutes into the stream, and I'm finally setting out to do what I said I was going to do. We're finally pricing the cards. This helps us track how they change in price over time. Just like how the writings on the back of that Charizard helped me understand it used to be $750. Actually, maybe we should be dating it too. Oh, we should be dating them. I think that will make it even more useful. So actually, yeah, these should be dated. Oh, there's not enough room to date them. You know what? There's not enough room to date them. Who cares? I'll do like an Excel spreadsheet someday. Okay, Unified Minds. Let's do the Tyranitar, right? Now, with the Tyranitar, I really expect there to be many more of these in the future. But, you know, there's only 41 of these. So let's see. PSA pop of 41. Now, in the future, that number could explode, but a starting point of 41 is really not too bad. It's quite low, actually. Come on. Fighting with me. There it goes. Oh, there's this one for $60. All right. I'm going to say that it was at $60. Let's see what else. Actually, what's this? Oh, shipped. Looking at some. Can a PSA 9 card gain value over time? I believe that it can. It has to be a popular Pokemon, in my opinion. It has to be a popular Pokemon. If it's a PSA 9 of an unpopular Pokemon, it won't. So the only way to make money on a PSA 9 of an unpopular Pokemon is to buy it for absolutely nothing. If you buy it for totally way under the market price, then you can make money flipping it. I would not pay the market price for a PSA 9 of an unpopular Pokemon. That would be probably a waste of your money, based on what I've seen over time. So next we have Umbreon. And this is 154. And let's say PSA 9. Or PSA 10, sorry. PSA 8, you know, should you ever buy PSA 8? It's the same deal. So if it's a very, like let's say PSA 8 Shadowless Charizard, dude, that guy's going for like $850. You can buy him. But let's say it's PSA 8 Rattata. Nobody wants PSA 8 Oh, I have one. Wait a second. Here you go. He's from 2002, the Expedition set. You want to buy this from me? I'll sell it to you right now, $10. And are they useless? No, they're not useless. Because you can put together a junk set. Okay, and a junk set can be put in a display, and you never have to worry about, you know, somebody stealing it, or you can put your valuable ones in a vault. You see what I'm saying? So it's not like PSA 8s are totally valueless, but the less important the Pokemon is, yeah, the less money it's worth, and I don't expect it to appreciate very much. So you can buy 8s. You should pay nothing for 8s, though, really, really low. And people who are selling 8s often don't want to sell them at that price. Whoa, this Umbreon got expensive, dude. Hold on. I'm going to open up another eBay. I'm going to see if I can find how much I paid for him. I actually don't remember. It was a while ago. I bought him a while ago, and I showed him to you guys, and maybe one or two of you guys went out and bought him. I don't know, but he's $200 now. And that makes sense, actually, because Umbreon's one of the most popular Pokemon. Dragonite. It's not from this set. Venusaur. So this is one of my cards that will sit in my collection. DL says I bought one after you showed it. Yeah, see, exactly. So sometimes people see the card and they go, I gotta have that card. Come on, where is he at? Oh, dear Lord. So when I bought the card, I paid $75 for him. His new price is $200. You guys probably cleaned him out because you saw him, and so now the price is very high on eBay. But you know what's interesting? This card is getting old. Here's what's interesting. Take a look at this card. It's from 2017. It's 3 years old already. That is a 3-year-old card. Yeah, that card's getting old. Let's see. We got to get the pop count on it as well. All right, so that's going to be, how do I say base set? Sun, Moon. Oh, wait a second. Let's go back. I wonder if they say base set. Pokemon, Japanese. Oh, man. Oh, I don't care about sun. There it goes. 2017 Pokemon Sun Moon. And we're going to say Umbreon. Okay. So there's 172 of them. Much more of them, actually. Look up certificate numbers. Oh, I'm not going to type that in. Frick that dude. I don't know. Maybe I will. Will common cards ever be worth like $200? Maybe in the deep future, if it's like first edition Shadowless from the base set. 200 is not unrealistic. That was a trippy card, man. Oh, okay, so we were already tracking this guy. Let's get him next. He's from Team Up. Let's see how easy it is to do this. So let's see, 447 46079. Oh, does it not work that way? I thought maybe you were just typing in. Here it is, Team Up. And this one's going to be Snorlax. Okay, so the population for this card has increased to 73. And let's see, Snorlax, Eevee, Team Up, PSA 10. Did I spell the name wrong? Is it 2 E's? Oh, it is. Here we are. And there's none for sale. Let's check completed listings to see if there's any information to glean from there. What? It says one sold for $11. That doesn't make any sense. I don't think that's true. So one sold in January for $100. That's probably the one I own. Nope, it's not. What? When did I buy this? Oh, hey. Woo. Crazy. I've never done that before. It actually worked. Hold on. Let's go back to the Discord. I'm going to let people know it worked. All right. Now I can continue. So the Eevee Snorlax is going to say not available. Honestly, not only is this card kind of low population, not only is he low population, Team Up is starting to move up in price. I actually just bought some Team Up booster boxes, and he's of an iconic Pokemon. Eevee and Snorlax are both very popular. I'm going to say not available. To tell you the truth, I probably wouldn't sell this card for any less than about $600 maybe. Expect that card to go up for sure. There's Celebi Venusaur. So let's get this moving. I'm sorry, guys. Yeah, the phone died. Celebi Venusaur is new in my collection. It's part of the Team Up collection. Okay. Team Up. Here it is. Let's see. 69 of these. Actually, let's check. I got to see what these are going for. How's it going, Eric? Going for 80, huh? You know what? I'm going to add this guy to the Lotto pile. I don't think I actually want him in my collection. I like Celebi Venusaur, but he has never been a favorite of mine. I've actually always been more a fan of Charizard myself, just like every casual. So I don't think he'll go into my permanent collection. I like him, but he's a lot of these are solid cards, like the Magikarp Wailord, who I don't think will go into my permanent collection either. The Lapras might. The Lapras has a really unique design. Oh, it says there's 89 of them. Is this base set again? Yeah, it is. Let's see. So currently there's one of these available for $100. Place this to the side. I'm going to keep him in my personal collection. This card is definitely staying in the collection. He's so cool, man. Gengar Mimikyu. I'm such a big fan of Gengar Mimikyu. Let's just see what his price is at now. So we're going to say Gengar Mimikyu. There's one being sold for the Netherlands, and he's selling it for about, looks like about 110 or about 120. So this is going to stay at about 120. How's it going, Angel? He says, you're so cool. Man, that's very kind of you. Reshiram. Charizard Reshiram. I don't really know how much that card's going to appreciate. I'm skeptical. That's not sponsored? So then the cheapest one is $340. He has gone up a little bit. $340. I don't know, man. If I had to choose between 4 Charizard Reshirams and 1 Burning Shadows Charizard, I'd take the Burning Shadows Charizard. And let's see. We want to look up, oh right, we want to look up and see how many there are of them. What can I get for a first edition Fossil Booster Box? Oh, what can you get from it? If you were lucky, you would get the, oh. I'm sorry, that was really loud.
What do we got in stock?
How's it going, Angel? He says, what do we got in stock? Thank you so much for the donation. Unified Minds, Sword and Shield base set, Guardian Rising, Sun and Moon base set, a little bit of Cosmic left, a little bit of Unbroken Bonds left, a little bit of Shinings left. I also have Team Up now. Team Up's crazy expensive now, though. It went up like $30 a box or something like that from what it used to be. It's a small tip. Thank you so much, man. So here's what we have. I'm just going to keep working on these. If you're thinking about opening some stuff, you're welcome to do so. Sorry about that. I had the volume all the way up, so it probably blew your eardrums out there for a second. Real loud. Yeah, that was probably real loud. That's right. We're back. And let's see. We want the Charizard. 649 of them. See, there's just so many of them. Starting at 649, $340. Interesting. Wonder if there was a time where those were trading for like 500 or 600. Secret Rare Mewtwo, 165, huh? From 2017, Shining Legends. Here it is.
U-bonds.
U-bonds.
We can wait till you're done.
U-bonds. All right, sounds good. So there's 321 of these Mewtwo's. And let's check his cost online. Lowest price, buy it now. Ooh, man. A lot of the test tube ones. All right, and the cheapest one's $150. So here's an example of the card actually going down in cost. He actually went down. $150, $165, $150. Dedenne, he's still 250, and his population is probably still around 27. We'll check him another day. Mewtwo and Mew. Okay, let's get numbers on Mewtwo and Mew. Unified Minds is relatively modern, recent. I don't think he's going for too much, but let's find out how many there are. There's 221 of these. It's not bad. I actually thought it was going to be worse than that. 221. And the price on him. Let me get this done fast. We'll get this done fast. Oh, nice. It actually went up. So it looks like it's 150, and then after the 150, it moves to 195. Oh, that's good. I saw it going for 120 the other day. So that's 150 moving to 190. That's good news. Pikachu's Ekrom. Big fan of this. Oh, did I already check? So it's 160. Let's get a pop count on him. Probably should have just grouped these and done it smarter, huh? So this will be Pikachu. Oh, come on. Zekrom? What the hell? Oh, this is still Unbroken Bonds. What happened? It went to the wrong one. Team up. Maybe I typed the wrong thing in. Dude, my back's getting tired already. Dude, the card stream makes my back tired. It's because I lean forward so much. Okay, only 118 of these. Very good. Just hoping to hear that. I don't want this card to be too popular. Pikachu Zekrom. And it looks like it's about 160, which is exactly what it's still listed as from before. So it hasn't changed. I just saw this. He was 130. Sadly, I did not get his pop count. Shining Legends. Mewtwo. Full Art Mewtwo. Full Art Secret. Card number. Let's get the card number right. 78. 738 of them? There's 738 of these? Whoa. Why are there so many? I'm surprised he's going for 130. Dude, that's a lot. Solgaleo Lunala from Ultra Prism, huh? Let's get that information next. Actually, let's just double check that Shining Legends real fast. Yeah, the cheapest one is $130. Crazy. And then it goes to 140. Huh. Must be a really popular card for it to maintain so much value. If the card is popular, does the value decrease in price? I think what you mean to say, if there's too many in the population, which would mean generally yes. If the demand for the card's very high, then it will hold on to its value. Okay, so Pokemon Ultra Prism, here it is. We're almost ready to get those Unbroken Bonds. All right, and we've got Lunala. Okay, and that's going to have a population of 231. That makes sense. And then the Solgaleo. Has a population of just 200. Cool. Check their value, see if they're appreciating. Probably staying about the same if I had to guess. Oh, it looks like there's one available for about 270. So actually, oh, I see. It goes 270, then 300. All right, so 270 into 300. And for the Lunala, it's kind of the same for the Lunala. It goes 125 and then 140. I want to put down 125 though. Okay. All right, we've looked at all the cards. I actually was thinking about putting these two in the big lotto because they're so beautiful. Look at that. Solgaleo Lunala. Snowy Leopard says, I'm new. If I buy some packs and want to keep all my cards, is that possible, TCC? Yeah, anyone can do that. The way it works is when you want to keep all your cards, you just pay another $3. The with bulk price is for shipping. So these prices, shipping is very cheap for me. But as soon as you start adding all the bulk cards, the shipping changes. So, all right, we are done pricing all of those. I think probably what I learned from all this, so again, when it comes to collecting cards, they're not all equally the same in terms of appreciation value. I have high predictions for the Burning Shadows stuff. Burning Shadows seems to be doing really well. Also, Team Up surprisingly snuck by without too many cards being graded. I mean, 70 Snorlax and only 40 or something like that. How many of the Gengar were there? I'm trying to remember. There it is, Gengar. Oh, 88 of the Gengar. I must be thinking of a different card. These two are kind of a big deal, I think. Oh, there's only 40 of these, right? And this has 653, but he is appreciated by a lot. Very interesting. Very interesting. Let's open up those unbroken bonds real fast. Where are the unbroken bonds? Oh, here they are. Got it? And who's this for again? Let's see. This is for Angel. How's it going, Angel? Welcome back to the live stream, man. Let's see what the cards pull. You ready? You still there? Sorry, I took my sweet time, didn't I? 2, 3, 4, and 5. You know, I don't want the cards to become like a self-fulfilling prophecy, right? Like if you say, oh man, this Burning Shadows Charizard is so good, I expect him to go up in value. And then people go, yeah, he's going to go up in value. And because of that, they run off and they start buying him. See, that's a self-fulfilling prophecy. That's a self-fulfilling prophecy. I don't want that to occur, but I just think, just based on the evidence that we have of Charizard being real popular as a collectible card and the whole issue with him being a cutting card, that's just my prediction. Snowy Leopard says, is there a limit to how many packs you can buy? Well, not really. You can buy as many as you want. I sell them 5 at a time typically, and you can buy more than 5. Litten, Carvana, Tangrowth. Nice, you got a full art. Let's see what you got. Nice, Venomoth full art. Sweet. Pulling that full art from your 5 packs. Well done. Oh, true. When I run out of packs, I can't offer you anymore. We have Giovanni's Exile, Molayne, Pokegear, Jigglypuff, Spearow, Venonat, Lickitung, Spritzy, Victory Bell, and Crocodile. Next. What do we got? Koga's Trap, Metapod, Devolution, Geodude, Grubbin, Meowth, Sandile, Wooper, Licky Licky, and Red's Challenge. Last pack. Chip Chip Ice Axe, Fairy Charm, Martial Arts Dojo, Sandile, Crabrawler, Cubone, Drowsy, Tentacool, Frogadier, and Aromatisse. All right. So you pull a nice full art. Very good, man. This is going to be for Angel. I'll go ahead and get you a new bag. I don't know if you're on the table yet. Would you sell team-up packs at an increased price? Yes, I would. Actually, it's tricky. I've been analyzing it today. So what I noticed with team-up is that the price of the booster packs for team-up have increased. And I have an option to buy the booster box and sit on them, which would cause them to appreciate in value, or I can sell them right now. So which one should I do? Well, if I wanted to make money, I just would wait some time. If I sell them now, I have to sell them at what I think they're going to go for later. Otherwise, I'd be an idiot to sell them now, right as they're starting to appreciate. When it comes to Team Up, what's going on here is Team Up's actually now old enough that they're starting to run out. See what I'm saying? So there used to be like probably big warehouses full of them, and they're just dumping them. Oh, buy them up, please. But they're not like that anymore. Now it's starting to reach a point where everyone who stockpiled on some for an investment purpose, they're like, oh, you're running out of Team Up, huh? Now you can buy them at my profit price. See what I'm saying? King Taco says, where should I buy my booster box from? From tcc.199024. Hold on, let me write this down. So this is going to be Angel. There you go. You know, we open packs on the live stream, and it's a lot of fun because you get to show your pulls off. We get to see what each other's pulls. And oh, I'm still wearing the lapel mic. You know, we do the we like to do the Lotto, which is a lot of fun. We got to do some more. I've been trying to think of like another game we could do that could be really fun. Move them over here.
SNS and last set.
SNS. Sounds good, man. Give me a moment. Let me find some SNS. Where's the SNS? Here's Unified Mind. That's Unbroken Bonds. Oh, are they up here? Oh, they're up here. That's right. I was moving them around. Here we go. Oops. Pick that back up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Pack number 1. Pack number 2. Pack number 3. Pack number 4. And pack number 5. Here we go. So this is for Angel as well. Let's see what we got, Angel. Greenback on the first pack. Tisk, tisk. Hopefully there's a GX in all of them. You mean a V card? PX, booster PX. That's right. We got some booster PX. Three, 4. Doot. Metal Saucer, Quick Ball, Mantine, Rhyhorn, Rookidee, Krabby, Grookie, Mudbray, Rare Candy, and Snorlax. Next pack. No looking, no looking, no looking. You're not allowed to know. It's all secrets. It's all secrets. We got Double, Dugtrio, Switch, Grookie, Sobble, Rhyhorn, Roselia, Ferroseed, Thwackey, and Morpeko. All right, so Morpeko's going to be a hot pull. You got 2 packs left. Still time for a full art. Let's see what happens. 3, 4. Boop. Metal Saucer, Rotom Bike, Big Charm, Chinchou, Krogunk, Meowth, Scorbunny, Sinistea, Quick Ball, and Stonjourner. Not a full art. So who knows? Maybe the last pack is still a full art. It's possible. We've seen some crazy wild stuff before. Heatmore, Sizzlepede, Yamper, Clobbopus, Cottonee, Choodle, Cloyster, and Frostmoth. All right. No luck on that. However, you did pick up the 2 V cards. Congratulations. Move this over here. Choop, choop, choo. Sweet. You know, somebody complained that they're warped, but, you know, they just come out of the box that way, sadly. I don't know why. It's just the stock that they printed the cards on, I guess. There you go, Angel. Congratulations on that. Man, a lot of Pokemon card stuff, huh? It's a very fun hobby, I'll say that. I enjoy it. Now, we priced those modern cards. What haven't we priced? And the shuckles, huh? So I got these energy cards and the shuckles. I guess now we can open up that Gym 2 booster box. I mean, I'd sell the packs if I could sell them for like maybe 100 each. That's kind of high. So let me do a little research. Oh, did it sell? There was one for sale. I think it's gone.
I lied one more SNS.
I lied one more. Sounds good. Let's get it. Who was that? That was Angel. Angel's sad. Here we go, Angel. Good luck. My wife's hair here. You don't want that. Or do you? Better not tell me. Here we go. Pack number 1. Pack number 2. Pack number 3. Pack number 4. And pack number 5. What do we get? 3, 4. Throw that to the side. So we have Ordinary Rod, Bead, Raboot, Krabby, Q-Font, Baltoy, Salandit, Ponyta, Goldeen, and Centiskorch. Next, we have Stunfisk, Heatmore, Hyper Potion, Goldeen, Yampers, Garuppy, Clobbopus, Wooloo, Hoot Hoot, and Cinderace. That was a white pack. I was thinking, man, it's going to be a hot pull. Next up. Hey, mister. Got any of them code cards? Show codes. Lanoon, Bisharp, Muna, Roselia. I'm from Italy. I'm from Brazil. Whimsicott. Tisk, tisk, tisk. That's right. Tisk, tisk, tisk. Not even a secret rare. Salazzle, Savo, Pincurchin, Rhyhorn, Minchino, Sudowoodo, and Sandacobra. Last pack. What do we got? What do we got? What do we got? 1, 2, 3, 4. Doot. We've got Salazzle, Dugtrio, Pokemon Center Lady, Clobbopus, Goldeen, Roselia, Ghastly, Ponyard, Diglett, and Morpeko. Let's see what the pity pool is. Pity pool time. And you got, oh, actually kind of a cool one. You're going to pick up the Toxapex Full Art. I believe this is one of Cheese's cards. Oh, it's off center. So you pick up the Full Art Toxapex instead. Congratulations. All right, Angel. Imagine pulling nothing and then somebody donates you a card. Amazing. I had a buyer cancel on his winning bid because he couldn't pay because he has Corona. Well, that doesn't make sense. The governments are paying for Corona, aren't they? Right? I'm pretty sure the governments are saying that they'll pay for Corona if you get it. Are people paying for their Corona illness? I'm in my rocking chair. Oops. He probably just didn't want to. He probably just didn't want it anymore. Is what he did. He probably changed his mind. I'm like, why are you bidding on cards on Corona? Weekend Wolf, you're not going to sell all your cards to me? Man, I thought you were going to sell your cards to me, man. I thought we had a special deal together. Houndoom, Hypno, Magneton, Muck, Steelix, Magneton, Slowpoke, Swinub, and Slugma.
I go back to bed after this last SNS.
I go back to bed after this last SNS. Angel is not giving up. He's already in deep. Don't be shy. Go a little deeper. Don't be shy. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's see what happens. One, 2, 3, 4. Good luck, Angel. And 5. Corona time, baby. Bum 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 bum. Man, I am a tired cookie right now. I've been working hard. He works hard for the money. Dun, 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 dun. So hard, honey, honey. Dun, 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 dun. I've been working and making no money at all. Dude, the ad revenue is so bad right now on the Pokemon, not the Pokemon, the main channel. Oh, nice. You got holographic Moxie. We are going to consider that a hot pull. Marnie. Hollow Marnie. Is Marnie still going for money? I mean, if you don't want her, I'll take her. I don't know if she's still going for money. If she is, take her for sure. I mean, if you don't pull anything, you take her anyways. It doesn't matter. Snom Mudsdale. Angel says, I'll take it. Did I say Moxie? I mean Marnie. I meant Feline Moxie. Energy Retrieval, Drizzle, Krabby, Zigzagoon, Godzifleur, Yamper, Lucky Egg, Raichu. Last pack. When that Marnie goes back down to $1, I'm going to take that Marnie up, tuck it under my bed at night. Minchino, Ponyta, Cottonee, Minchino, ooh, and Sandy Cobra. Oh, no, dude. That's some tough luck, dude. I'll give you another pity pull. How does that sound, Angel? Let's see what you got. You got full art wishy-washy. Wow, you're getting all the good ones. You're getting all the good pity pulls. Full art wishy-washy. Dude, you pick up 2 full arts from the pity pulls. Lean back. Take the pressure off my back. So I still got to price my Rocket cards, my Rocket return cards, but I don't really know what they're worth because there's not a lot of them for sale. I'll probably do that another day. I'm pretty satisfied having figured out the value of all the modern cards. I'm pretty happy with that. Good night, Angel, and thanks for letting us see your pulls. For everyone else who's watching, the big lotto is Dark Golbat, the little lotto is Pikachu Zekrom. There's just a few tickets left. The little lotto is Pikachu Zekrom 9, and there's probably about 6 energies or something like that. Let's see. Throw these away. Probably scooch this over a little bit. There we go. He works hard for the money. Do, 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 do. Who's going to buy all these cards off me? Who wants to buy them in bulk? Look at these. Look at these. Clink, Lapras, Tyranitar, Wooper. I think this is a Red's Pikachu, but Japanese. That says 2018. Sceptile, Venusaur. Oh, a Nidoking from base set 2. I'll sell them all right now for $2. No, I'm just kidding. No, I'm just kidding. Just kidding. I'm feeling a little bit tired. You guys ready to wrap the stream up? I think you guys are ready. What time is it? Oh, it's 2 a.m. in the morning. Of course you guys are ready to wrap it up. I want to thank you all for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. No, goodbye, Weekend Wolf. No.